This comment section made me cry, but like in the best way. My dad had dementia, but remembered my birthday. He mailed me a cheesecake. It was warm and rotten by the time it came, but he remembered my birthday. My granny was midway through knitting a blanket for me to take to uni when she died. My mom secretly learned how to knit so she could finish it for me as my graduation present. All my pets had been named after flowers, so my best friend made a bouquet of all of them made of felt. I cried. My son surprised me with a bouquet of flowers for Father's Day today. I am a single mom. Oh. When my grandma realized she was developing dementia, she handwrote me a cookbook of all my favorite recipes she made me as a kid and wrote little memories in them. As an Italian American, this is overly special. First Valentine's Day after my husband left me, our son made me a huge heart out of Legos and it took him weeks. He watched YouTube videos and everything. He was 6. I Mod Podged it so I could keep it forever. My brother gave me a kidney. Is it petty if I tag my brothers? I jokingly told my students on a field trip to the mall to buy me something nice, and they bought me a crocheted plant and said thanks for helping me grow. Talk about a ball of tears. My auntie and uncle gifted me a panaumu for my 20th birthday. It's been the only gift that has made me cry. What is that? Oh, cool. Here, if you guys want a screenshot. One of my 7th grade students gave me a gift card to Starbucks randomly in October. I asked him what it was for. He said, I had money and I don't know if I'll have money around Christmas time, so I wanted to make sure you had a Christmas gift from me. Oh. My best friend folded 100 paper cranes and hung them in my house for my first 100 days clean. I'd never felt so cared for and seen. Congrats. My husband bought me a $60 microwave to put in the bedroom closet so I wouldn't have to go down to the kitchen to heat up my heat pack for my back pain. My sister bought me the Calpac Luca for Christmas. I mentioned it one time. I cry every time I use it, and I use it daily. Wait, what is that? Oh, I've seen these. My mama always called to sing happy birthday to me on my birthday. I had a recording of it. She died. My boyfriend found the recording, put it in a Build-A-Bear, and gave it to me for my birthday so she could still sing to me. Oh, my friend gifted me a ring for my 21st birthday because she said in her family, girls got nice rings on their 21st birthday, and to her, I was family. One of my best friends single-handedly folded 1,000 paper cranes when she found out my dad had cancer. In Japan, it's like a wish for good health. And in one of them, she wrote her wish that my dad would live long enough to walk me down the aisle. A restaurant regular I had for 10 years was a doctor. He retired the same year I earned my RN. He gifted me his stethoscope and told me he knew I would touch many hearts with it. It's a little cheesy, but I love it. My husband secretly took a day off work and deep cleaned the house while I was at work. The last thing my grandmother ever got me before she died, a tie she mailed me because it made my eyes pop. I wore that to my college graduation recently so she could be there with me. My younger brother gave me his favorite childhood book when I found out I was pregnant. I read that book to my brother every night before he went to sleep. My little girl made me an Optimus Prime out of toilet rolls and cardboard when she was 7. I told her I wasn't allowed one by my parents as a child because they were for boys. That's so sweet. I wrote my first book when I was 19 and one of my friends read it, then recreated the necklace the main character wore down to every detail and gave it to me for Christmas. It cost her $11 and I still wear it 12 years later. My brother was really financially struggling one year around my birthday, so he made me a Spotify playlist of all songs that reminded him of me and songs I loved when I was younger. That's such a good idea. When my daughter was 4, she wrapped an empty box and drew X's and O's all over it. When I opened it, she yelled, "Hurry, mommy, catch them. You're letting all the kisses out." That was 23 years ago and nobody has ever topped it. I lost my baby blanket when I was 14. My best friend cut hers in half, a gift from her grandma, and gave it to me. I'm 36 and still sleep with it. Her grandma just passed, so I cut my half in half and sent it to her since she had lost hers. I go to the same coffee shop every single morning and get the same drink. I have for the last 10 years. One of my baristas hand knitted me a koozie for my iced latte. I cherish the shit out of this thing. A former student gifted me a notebook before starting middle school, and inside was a 4-page letter on how I positively impacted her life. I read it whenever I'm doubting myself as a teacher. My younger sister, 8 years age gap, gave me flowers for Mother's Day. She said because I was her second mom and I helped raise her. I relate a little too hard to that one. A 5th grade student overheard me talking about liking tamales, and a few days later, he showed up with 3 different kinds. His mom said he begged for days to make them, but all 3 kinds, because he wasn't sure which one was my favorite and wanted it to be a surprise. This is making me want to be a teacher. My dad saw how much I liked jewelry, so he took a class and cuts me stones to put in rings. That's so cool. A rock from the place my mom was born was given to me by my cousin's son when he had to escape as a refugee so that I'd always have a piece of her home with me. My boyfriend surprised me for my birthday and made a cookbook of every recipe I've sent him on TikTok and Insta and organized it from apps, entrees, desserts, etc. I love cooking and I cried. Can I have a copy? I hadn't ever gotten flowers before, so when she asked my favorite flower, I told her I didn't know. So she made me a custom bouquet with different flowers so I could find my favorite. This just goes to prove it really is the thought that counts.